big, big crowd have come here to watch a man who is supreme, and he is Usain Bolt, the Jamaican, the Olympic champion on this track just over a year, just less than a year ago. The opening ceremony was on this day 1 year ago, and these anniversary games give this big man an opportunity. 6 Olympic gold medals to his credit, 3 world records in the World Championships, 3 world records in the Olympic Games. And remember, in those World Championships in 2011, he got disqualified in the 100, remember, for a false start. And that was very, very disappointing for him. Great shame. And his teammate, of course, won that race. And, Usain Bolt, tall, 6'5", an immense stride length. And, loved by all that come to see him. He was second in Rome, incidentally, behind Justin Gatlin. We saw that he only lost it by a 100th of a second. He said, "My legs didn't feel that they were my legs." This was just a quote he gave us afterwards. It was early on. He'd had a little bit of a hiccup early on in terms of physical fitness. But Usain Bolt is building up towards a championship. The 100, of course, he's not the defending champion, but he will be the favourite, most definitely, assuming all is well, and we will know whether all is well on this particular occasion, because the great man has come here in front of the British crowd in this Olympic stadium to ply his trade. Fastest man in history. The world best, 9.75 by the disgraced Tyson Gay of the United States. And Gay moves out of the reckoning for the World Championships. Very sad that that should have happened. And that race coming very, very shortly indeed.
Well, the fans
here, aren't they, to support?
Everywhere you go, if there's a great Ethiopian name, you'll see Ethiopian fans. You see a big Jamaican name, guess what? Those green and yellow vests and T-shirts and tops and shorts and everything else turns up in big numbers, and rightly so. This is perhaps the greatest athlete in history, and there's no quibbling really when you look at his record. The world record of 100, 200 in the relay last year here in this stadium. And Bolt, they don't come any bigger than him, and he's handled the pressure so well, Stuart. We're only seeing him here in London, let's remember, because the UK tax authorities have made an adjustment to their rules specifically for him that makes it worth his while running. Through some rather weird anomaly, he would otherwise have paid more tax for racing in London tonight than he would have been paid as an appearance fee. Can you believe it? But thank goodness somebody saw sense and we're able to see Bolt.
I think one of the disappointments is that James Dasaolu of Great Britain is not down to start, and that's a great pity. The man who ran 9.91, he's had lots of injuries, and he would have had a real chance here. But nevertheless, this is about Usain Bolt. How fast is he? And the fastest non-Tyson Gay time is 9.87 by Nestor Carter, who's in this race, drawn in the 7th lane. Ran the opening leg for the Jamaican relay team, and teammate, of course, of Usain Bolt. All the attention on this man. What motivates him? Winning motivates him. Being better motivates him. The world record at 9.58, set in Berlin in the World Championships in 2009. His best this season, 9.94. The wind is calm. We shall see now whether he has recovered, whether he will win. Let's look at the start list then. Christophe Lemaitre drawn in lane 2. Mike Rogers, USA, in 3. Then the empty lane 4, Dasaolu doesn't go. Usain Bolt of Jamaica in 5. Kim Collins, St Kitts and Nevis, 6. Nestor Carter, Jamaica, 7. Dwayne Chambers, Great Britain, 8. Rakhlim Salah of USA in lane 9. Well, there's Mike Rogers. He gets a chance to go to the World Championships, and more about that in a moment. Christophe Lemaitre, well, he beat Justin Gatlin in Rabat over 100 metres. The world the European triple medal winner, but Rogers gets his chance. Fourth in the American trials. Tyson Gay's suspension, he gains selection for Moscow. He's been fourth so many times in qualification. Then you've got the empty lane to this man. Now let's just listen to the reception. The cameras, the lights, theatre. It is theatre. Kim Collins won the world title back in 2003. He's in the best form of his life. He's 37 and he's got a new personal best of 9.97 set this year. What about that? There's hope for everyone. Nestor Carter of Jamaica, the opening leg for the relay team, which won with world records in Beijing, Daegu and in London, the last three major championships. He's quick too. Dwayne Chambers, world 100-meter finalist in 99, 2001 and 2009. He's here to do battle. Best of 10.04 this season. Dwayne Chambers of Great Britain. Then we've got Rakleen Salam of the United States of America, drawn in the outside lane. 10.01 this season, he was fifth in the American trials. So, the men's 100 meters. Lemaitre, Rogers, Bolt, Collins, Carter, Chambers, Salim. The ritual.
Set.
Well, no problem with the start, and Kim Collins got away brilliantly, and so did Mike Rogers on the far side, and here comes Usain Bolt, powering through to the line. He gets it. Rogers, I think, in second, 9.85, and that is just 0.2 meters per second. He didn't get away well. He didn't. Mike Rogers did, but my goodness me, the great man has proved himself once again. 9.98 for Rogers, the season's best for Usain Bolt. With 2 weeks to go, the big man beats them all. Nestor Carter was third, 9.99, three men under 10 seconds. And that was a terrific run, a powerful run, but it was a powerful second half of the race. Rogers got away. Remember, Rogers is the world indoor silver medalist at 60 metres in 2010. He's got the start. He always is quick. And once Usain Bolt gets that start right, and I do mean right at 9.85, well, who knows? Look at Rogers on the near side too. He's away like a bullet.
Got a fabulous start, didn't he? And he needed it. Bolt didn't really get him, chase him down to about 40 or 50 metres into the race. Bolt didn't get a bad start, by the way, but Rogers there in blue, second and right, was away like a rocket. Ironic that, because Bolt came out in a rocket earlier on. Indeed, he was chasing Collins for about 40 metres, but when he gets into his stride, he just tears them apart. And the gap there, 1.5 metres, was frankly opened up in about the last 35. It's a fabulous way to accelerate. He's such a big guy. Most top sprinters, I think, Stuart, hit their top speed at about 70. Bolt probably hits it at about 85.
Well, Kim Collins got a great start, he really did. So did Rogers, but this is the point at which the big, tall, long-striding Usain Bolt, the world #1, poses his intent on the World Championships in 2 weeks' time. And, of course, on this Diamond League. Usain Bolt of Jamaica came here, promised, delivered. He plied his trade. He's getting faster and faster and faster once again. We know he's quicker than this, but my goodness me, when he gets the first half of the race right, then watch out, 9.6 and 7 again. Wonderful. Let's have another look at this. Watch Rogers in the light blue this side. He absolutely flies out of the blocks, and so does Collins, the other side of Usain Bolt. He really had to motor. Watch this. Collins next to Bolt away. Bolt, big strides, comes up slowly. Rogers is away, isn't he? He's absolutely away on the far side with the headband. Now watch this. This is where Bolt starts to open the throttle. He opens it wide, and it goes away and away and away, and leaves the rest in his wake. Carter did get the third, didn't he, behind Rogers? But this was pure power, sheer strength, endurance, speed, endurance, and of course the winning way. And he can win, and he wins the way he wants to win.
And of course, Stuart, two big obstacles in the figures of Asafa Powell and Tyson Gay have been removed from his path on the way to retaining his world title come Moscow. Look at the old veteran Kim Collins there, pumping away hard in the bright yellow. Stays clear of Bolt for maybe 50 metres, maybe 60 metres. But Bolt's a beautiful mover. Biomechanically, he's just about perfect. And he gets into his full flow, gets into his top speed. And it does take a long time. Well, there's nobody can match him. His stride is inches longer than anybody else. His top speed is better than anybody else's. And that's a winning combination. It sends the crowd home happy here from the Olympic Stadium in Stratford. It really does. A winning time for Bolt, confirmed at 9.85, a season's best for him. He's rounding into form at just the right time, as he always does. The doubters come thick and fast, season after season. But Bolt gets it right, season after season. Mike Rogers, 9.98. Nesta Carter, 9.99. Bolt wins there by well over a metre. Kim Collins, 10.03 in fourth place, still going so well.
It was a beautiful piece of power sprinting. Usain Bolt, 9.85, season's best. Mike Rogers, 9.98, second. Nesta Carter, 9.99 in third place. Kim Collins and Dwayne Chambers in fourth and fifth. Well, what about that? What a way to finish this Diamond League meeting with a win from the great man, Usain Bolt.
And what a good first evening it has been. Don't forget there's a second day to come tomorrow. Bolt will be running again. He'll be in the 4x100 metres relay. Another 60,000 people, maybe somebody coming back for a second time, will be treated to a sight of the greatest athlete ever doing his job. And it is a job too, a well-paid job at that. But that brings to a climax, a wonderful climax, this first evening here in the Stratford. All smiles as ever. Said he had trouble concentrating and focusing last winter after the Olympic Games. Of course, many athletes were struggling with injury. If you look at the likes of Jessica Ennis and David Rudisha, their bodies perhaps showing the toll that was taken from the Games.
Well, he came into the stadium on a rocket, and he ended up as a rocket. He really did.
You wanted to get that in, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.